Welcome to part 4, guys. This will be our final part of the faith mini series. This part is about how to keep faith during hard or difficult times. Lean into the faith you have. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed. Pray for strength and guidance during your discomfort. Pray God guides your steps onto the path that He created for you long before you were born. Plant your seed in good soil. If you're trying to get clean, stay away from dealers and users. If you're trying to stay out of trouble, then maybe take a look at the people that you hang out with. I'm willing to bet that they're troublemakers. You see, we often make excuses for ourselves and others to continue to enable the same behaviors that we claim that we want to be free from. Lean on the Lord and His people, i.e., the church, and there you will find God's grace and peace. When I lost custody of my son in 2019, I was completely thrown off. Part of me was stolen, and I was angry. Angry the judge couldn't see through the manipulation and years of abuse. Angry I could no longer wake up in the morning to both of my kids, but instead only one. Most of all, angry at God. I stubbornly had one loss after another and refused to see what God was trying to show me. So I think that He had to make me lose something important to truly realize His plan for me. Though at the time, I couldn't yet see this. So I thought, if there is a God, then He's cruel. And for a whole year, I didn't pray. I gave my Bible away and I turned my cheek to Jesus. By the beginning of 2020, I got offered a scholarship and free room and board, so I made arrangements and I went out to Colorado to get my APD. COVID hit shortly after that, and we had an entire town close. I chose to use the quarantine time to study, and by 2021, I had graduated. However, during this period, my ex was refusing me visits and refused me any type of contact with her son, essentially annihilating me, or trying to. As soon as I graduated, I came back to where my son was and took my ex back to court. The months without my son took even more away from me. I often spent nights crying, not knowing any other way to make things better than to educate myself and try to heal so I could fight for my son's future. On one of these nights, I recall messaging my ex to ask if I could call him, since he wasn't following our court-ordered visits, and he refused like he had so many times before, and again, I was left devastated. When my at-the-time landlord came by, and she saw that I was distraught, so she gave me one of those, daily message books, the cheesy ones with the famous quotes and scriptures. Even when I was ignoring God, He found a way to get to me and sent me a very clear message. That was, I'm here for you because I love you. I realize now that losing my son, temporarily might I add, was necessary for me to accomplish school and get a degree. I wouldn't have been able to go if I was sharing custody/visitations with my ex. I realize now this was God's plan and purpose for me. He knew that that cheesy book would find me and my faith of a mustard seed and water it to grow into what it is today. I chose to come back to be forgiven and loved. I needed God's strength to continue to fight, not just for my son, but myself and my family. God gave me my voice, confidence, strength, and determination back, all of which were stolen from those whom Satan controls. He gifted me in my career, in my studies, and now even in family court. He continues to guide me now more than ever as I continue on my CLI journey. The point I'm making here is God has a special plan for each of us, and sometimes it's not what we want or what we think we deserve, but it always ends up being more wonderful than we could ever have imagined when we have faith and hold on to it and lean on it during the difficult times. Now I'm going to leave you guys with one of my favorite scriptures, and that's from the book of Luke, chapter 11, verse 8 through 10. But I tell you this, though He won't do it for a friendship's sake, if you keep knocking long enough, He will get up and give you whatever you need. Be of your shameless persistence, and so I tell you, keep on asking, and you will receive what you ask for. Keep on seeking, and you will find. Keep on knocking, and the door will be opened for you. That's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this 4-part mini-series, and I look forward to sharing with you my next mini-series, which is going to be on forgiveness. Have a great night. Welcome to part 4, guys. This will be our final part of the faith mini-series. This part is about how to keep faith during hard or difficult times. Lean into the faith you have. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed. Pray for strength and guidance during your discomfort. Pray God guides your steps onto the path that He created for you long before you were born. Plant your seed in good soil. If you're trying to get clean, stay away from dealers and users.